Formula One fans love arguments. Put a group of them in a room long enough, and the conversation will always circle back to the same question. Who is the greatest driver of all time? Senna's magic, Schumacher's domination, Hamilton's records, Fangio's legend. Each era has its champion, and each generation defends its hero fiercely. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If you're still arguing about eras, you're already missing what's happening right now. Because Formula One isn't just witnessing another great champion, it's watching a driver who is quietly dismantling the very framework we use to define greatness. Max Verstappen isn't only outperforming his rivals, he's stretching the limits of what dominance looks like in modern motorsport. This isn't nostalgia versus numbers. This is something else entirely. Every so often, a driver comes along who doesn't simply add their name to the history books. They force the sport to rewrite them. Verstappen belongs in that category, not because of hype, not because of fandom, but because the evidence keeps piling up, season after season, race after race. What makes this moment unique is timing. Formula One has never been more competitive. Driver preparation has never been more refined. Data, simulators, fitness programs, and engineering support have leveled the field in ways earlier generations never experienced. And yet, one driver continues to stand above the rest. That shouldn't be possible. And yet, it's happening. Verstappen's rise isn't defined by one title or one controversial season. It's defined by sustained excellence in an environment designed to prevent exactly that. Cost caps, technical restrictions, competitive grids. Everything in modern F1 exists to compress performance, and still, he separates himself. This isn't about disrespecting the legends of the past. It's about recognizing when history is unfolding in real time. Because the most dangerous mistake fans make is assuming greatness only becomes obvious after retirement. Sometimes it announces itself loudly while the driver is still on the grid. And when you strip away opinions and emotion, the numbers tell a story that's impossible to ignore. Formula One may be built on emotion, but it's measured in numbers, wins, podiums, points, percentages. And when you place Max Verstappen's statistics against the greatest drivers in history, something unsettling happens. If you're enjoying these deep Formula One stories and long-form breakdowns, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Videos like this take serious research, and subscribing means you won't miss what's coming next. Now, back to the topic. The comparisons stop working. In his peak seasons, Verstappen didn't just set records, he distorted them. Single-season wins, podium finishes, total points, benchmarks that once felt untouchable were not just broken, but shattered so comprehensively that they changed expectations permanently. But raw totals only tell part of the story. What truly separates Verstappen is efficiency. His win percentage across recent seasons sits in territory that previous legends never reached. Schumacher's most dominant years hovered around half the races won. Hamilton, even during Mercedes' peak, remained well below that mark. Verstappen crossed it, and consistency is where the picture becomes even clearer. While other champions experienced fluctuations, off weekends, reliability issues, form dips, Verstappen turned finishing near the front into routine behavior, podium streaks, points finishes, minimal retirements across multiple seasons. This isn't dominance built on luck or short windows, it's sustained control. And context matters. Modern Formula One fields are deeper than ever. Almost every driver on the grid is a junior category champion. Access to data, simulation tools, and physical preparation is universal. Margins are microscopic, yet Verstappen continues to operate above them. What's remarkable is how these numbers persist even as regulations evolve, competition tightens, and rivals improve. Dominance in modern F1 is supposed to be temporary. Verstappen has turned it into a constant. Statistics don't crown greatness on their own, but when numbers begin breaking the sport's historical logic, they demand attention. And Verstappen's numbers don't fit neatly into any previous era. They exist outside of it. But Formula One isn't remembered for spreadsheets, it's remembered for moments.
Championships are built on consistency, but legends are built on moments. Max Verstappen already has more defining drives than many champions manage in an entire career. And what makes them unforgettable isn't just the result, it's the context. Take Brazil 2016. a teenage Verstappen in treacherous wet conditions, overtaking world champions with confidence that bordered on disbelief. He didn't win that race, but he announced something far more important. Fear didn't apply to him. Austria 2019 marked another turning point. Under pressure, against a rising star, Verstappen hunted down the leader in front of a sea of orange-clad fans. It wasn't polite. It wasn't conservative. It was inevitable. That victory didn't just win a race, it signaled the start of an era. Then came Abu Dhabi 2021, a season-long duel compressed into one final lap. Whatever opinions exist about the outcome, Verstappen's relentless pressure throughout that season, his refusal to yield psychologically, and his execution under the most intense scrutiny imaginable cemented his place among the sport's defining figures. More recently, Brazil became his personal proving ground. A victory from deep in the field in mixed conditions, a podium after multiple setbacks and damage. These weren't perfect weekends, they were demonstrations of adaptability. What ties these moments together isn't aggression alone, it's control. Verstappen doesn't just react to chaos, he uses it. He turns unpredictability into opportunity. That's rare, because when conditions deteriorate, most drivers survive. Verstappen thrives, which leads to the question critics always ask, is it the car or is it the driver? Every great champion benefits from great machinery. That argument isn't new, and it isn't wrong. Schumacher had Ferrari, Senna had McLaren, Hamilton had Mercedes, so did Verstappen have Red Bull. But that's where lazy analysis stops, because Verstappen didn't simply win when the car was dominant, he delivered when it wasn't. Early career wins came in machinery that had no business fighting at the front. In 2021, he went toe-to-toe with a team operating at peak efficiency and beat them. And when Red Bull did build a near-perfect car, Verstappen didn't just capitalize, he maximized it. There's a difference. Engineers can provide potential, drivers convert it into reality. Verstappen's technical feedback, development input, and ability to adapt his driving style to evolving concepts have made him a core component of Red Bull's success. This isn't a passenger relationship, it's a partnership. Blaming the car ignores how many talented drivers never achieved the same outcomes in equally strong machinery. The car matters, but it doesn't explain everything. What truly separates Verstappen lies far deeper than hardware. Max Verstappen races with an intensity that never switches off. Every lap matters. Every corner is contested. He doesn't compartmentalize effort, but this isn't reckless aggression. It's calculated pressure. Verstappen understands races beyond speed, tire phases, strategy windows, psychological battles. He knows when to push and when to wait, and more importantly, when rivals are cracking. He doesn't need theatrics. His presence alone forces mistakes, and setbacks don't derail him. Penalties, bad luck, damaged cars. Verstappen absorbs them without drama. No blame, no excuses, just recalibration. That mental resilience is what allows dominance to persist. Talent gets you to the top. Mentality keeps you there. And this becomes even more impressive when you consider who he's racing against. This isn't a weak grid. It's the opposite. Multiple world champions, generational talents, drivers groomed from childhood with elite resources. And yet, Verstappen has made winning look routine. Not against one rival, but against an entire generation. He hasn't eclipsed a single opponent. He's outpaced all of them. That's what separates dominance from supremacy. And at an age where many champions peak, Verstappen is still evolving. Which raises the unavoidable question, if this isn't greatness, then what is? If you think Formula One comebacks only happen on paper, check out The Biggest Comeback in Formula One History. That video breaks down how an impossible points gap was slowly dismantled, race by race, under pressure, while everyone else had already written the season off. This video explains the context. That one shows how belief, consistency, and timing turned the impossible into reality.